Everyone, the Pokemon fan 993 here, back with more Final Fantasy 12. Um, the Zodiac Gauge Pose Only Challenge. How Pose Only works is I'm only allowed to use pole arms, which I'm going to show you right now. If I do that, cannot equip the pole arm to a character that I'm able to manually control, then I must equip no weapon, and I'm not allowed to have any shield. Other than that, everything else is normal. So during the last episode, we made it to Tomb of Raithwall's tomb through the Sand Sea, battled the first demon wall that we can either choose to battle or run away from. That was the hardest one, and now we're going back into the temple itself to actually battle the other wall that we have to beat. And this one is much easier. I might not have to use my quick things on it at all. So let's see what happens here. So we're level 16, 17. We have about 1500 HP. That's pretty average for people who go up to the HP increase first. Not that way. This is where the first demon wall was. There's a jewel there, but we can't access. I forget what that jewel actually does. Speed up a little bit so we can get down to the door here. And then we're going to encounter another wall. Sorry, I was checking my phone real quick. Someone was get a hold of me. And there's the other demon wall. This is always a lot longer. And it's weaker.
We must be quick. Together we can bring it down.
Like I said, this is forced because there's no way to reach the end of the thing and get past them before thing. Here I see on the right side there is where the demon wall is. That's where we are. Basically, we're just gonna just knock it around a little bit. And cast a couple bad spells as a blind knot. And I can use these lamps next to us to actually stop its advance on you. But considering its health and the way it's set up, it's not hard to deal with at all. So we already got down to at least a fourth of the health, and Vaughn got put to sleep. So let's wake up him with a Princess Kiss. Okay, so he uses a move called Annual that actually steals all the MP away from one of our characters. He used it on Fossil, which is not a big deal. He reads Chain Magic. I totally forget what that does, but I think it increases magic power for a little while. Telga. That forces that forces Fossil into X Zone. The X Zone cannot be cured unless you go to a sacred spot or another area, so Fossil's out of the game. So now we're down to just 3 people, but we almost got it killed already, and we're not even halfway through the part here. He goes for Annual again. This time he uses on Ash. That normally would be bad because she heals, but we already beat the demon wall. Dun 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 dun. God damn it, guys! Quit messaging me. Dun 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 dun. So we barely took any damage at all, from my understanding. Ash needs a lot of our MP back, but that's not a huge deal because we can get MP back if we walk. Bowser's in the X Zone. As soon as we move to the next area, he will actually reappear. The X Zone is actually one of the most interesting stats in this game, because I think only 1 or 2 bosses. I think this might be the only boss that can actually do that. I'm not really sure. So we're gonna enter a new area over here. Bowser's gonna pop back up on our side, and we're gonna keep going. Luckily, this place is not extremely complicated. That's why I don't mind this game, because some Final Fantasy puzzles are really convoluted, but none of these really are. There's like 1 or 2 in this game, but those are all optional. So. Excuse me. Really take them that long to walk that far.
It wounds me to look on as they pillage so solemn a place.
Yet without help, you and I are as nothing.
Is this not so? He thinks ever and always on his own profit. Assure him of it, and he shall remain true to our cause.
I do not share your majesty's trust.
We will continue this later. Now we should concern ourselves with finding the Dawn Shard. It sleeps in waiting, somewhere deep within.
How can you be certain?
I can hear its call.
So essentially, if I remember right for this area, hang on, there might be a cutscene coming up here. Okay. So, essentially, there's 3 of these teleport crystals here. You can only activate 1 or 2 of them. This one takes you back, I believe, to the entrance. We're going to ignore that. We're going to grab the map for this place. Now, I'm going to open up the map real quick. You're going to see that there's 2 sides, 3 sides. And each one looks like a maze. So essentially what we want to do here, we want to go down one side at a time. Battle the enemies here first. There's a couple stealings or a couple bats floating around here. Seekers, that's what they call them. Can't steal from Seeker C. Done. Another Seeker down here. Sometimes the Seekers will be tricky to hit if they're not over a point where everyone can hit them. Luckily, they're not very powerful either. They can absorb your health, but I think that's about the smallest amount they can do. So now we can either go that way or down here. I prefer to go down here. You can go either way, but I prefer to do the closest one. We're going to deal with the 2 stealings we got here. Still a Windstone. Tainted Antidote, still a Windstone. Oh, there's another stealing. That one's dead. Got an Antidote. Got an Antidote. So I said this was a maze up here. That's technically not true, but that's what I call it. I think there's one item, yes, that item over here that I can grab for a chest. Obtained 417 gil, that's pretty good. Then we're going to head through here. I'll elaborate what I just said here in a second. Now, essentially what we have to do is we have to go through this maze-ish place. There's only one way you can go, a couple ways you can go. We'll be seeing quite a few of these are zombies that pop up out of nowhere. But luckily they're not anything too crazy to deal with. You can't steal much from them either, but if you manage to get what they call a strip of rotting flesh, that actually sells for a decent amount of money. You can steal different items from Rago. I think the best to grab from it is a 90 gil that I just got. Take the solid stone. Go beat it Remy just for the experience and whatnot. Two chain, obtained a solid stone again. By the way, I also have realized that the Rago cannot move of their own will unless they attack you, and that makes a little closer out of that. They cannot move. So that's actually quite easy to take out, so they can't even cheat. Take the solid stone again. 2 more zombies here. Strip up foul flesh, that's what I was talking about. So you want to steal from them. A dark stone. Everyone, 2 people got blinded. Ash is now level 17. That's good. Eye drops, so I can heal everyone of the blindness. Obtained an Earthstone. About to cast Blizzard, stole an Earthstone. Obtained a Solid Stone. A chest over here. Obtained a Flame Staff. So that is not a polearm, but I believe that is a staff item, yeah. Staffs are not very good in terms of strength or evade, but they do increase magic power, which is useful for not go that way, we're going this way. For mages and such that work with magic, that deal magic damage, so or magic healing. So usually white mages, battle mages, black mages, stuff like that. Tainted Darkstone. Still an Earthstone. Slash again to blind couple of my characters, isn't it? Only Vasco this time. That's not bad. See it? Do I have blind enough for anybody? Looks like I should. I do. I can use magic instead of using my items. So I think during the did I get it during the last episode, or was I too stupid to get it? Excuse me. No, you're supposed to be able to get Cura before this dungeon. Did I not pick it up in the shop? Probably didn't. That's gonna make this place is very big, but that's gonna make it a bit harder because Cura only restores like 150 HP, and obviously 150 HP to 1500 HP is not a lot of healing. Okay, so now we got 3 chests here. I know if you open them a certain way, you can get better items, but I don't remember the way. So, still a Killweed shirt. That is a armor. Strip of foul flesh from it. I got poisoned. Take a strip of foul flesh. Antidote on Vaughn. Tainted Darkstone. So I'm just gonna go with what I normally go. I'm gonna go right to left. Obtain 25 gil. Obtain 7 gil. Obtain 31 gil. So nothing but great. They're just a bunch of gil. So a Firestone. Still a Firestone. Obtained a Firestone and a handkerchief. Obtained a Firestone. More zombies. Stole 2 gil from the zombie. That's a lot. Stole a Darkstone from the zombie. Stole another. Got a Starpstone and a strip of foul flesh from that zombie. Couldn't steal. Stole an Earthstone. Chest here. Obtained a soldier's cap. Well, that's right, I was going with that Killweed shirt and that soldier's cap. Killweed shirt is a mystic armor, which means I can't equip it. And then the soldier's cap. Aw, it's too bad. I could have saved myself some money if I knew I was going to get that. Oh well. So now we're going to come down here. Tell me what to figure this out when I first played it, but there is a jewel here. Hang on a second. So when I touch this jewel, we're going to have some enemies appear, so I'm going to use a high potion on Vaughn real quick. So you guys want to touch jewel, I hit yes. Now you're going to see a part of this go down. This happens on... I'll show you real quick. Hang on. This happens on the opposite side of the map, too. There's another room that looks similar to this one. When you order that down, there's a secret path that you can take from either side that leads you to the next part of the dungeon. So here we get attacked by 3 zombies. As long as you're decent enough level, it should cause you no trouble whatsoever. Minus level 17. So a dark stone, tainted dark stone, strip of flesh, and another dust stone, strip of flesh again. So the path would normally be here where you can't see it on the map, but this is the only place we can go. So I think this takes me back to the middle of that room that we went to before. Yeah, back here. That's where I wanted to go. So we've been that way, so now we gotta head down this way. And do basically the exact same thing. Skip past this. It's basically the exact same way. I'm just gonna speed up this to make it go a little bit faster. Basically the exact same enemies, the exact same everything, so I'm just gonna speed it up. stones. Get back here. I know it's not level 17, so I wrote level 17 except for boss. Obtained Vanish. That allows one ally to become invisible for a short time, ignoring a lot of enemies. Except bosses, I believe, and certain special enemies, but it's basically kind of a useless thing unless you're purposely trying to avoid battles. When we come through here, we're going to do the exact same thing we did in the last one. We're going to make it all the way to the center. So I think it was a solid stone again. A chest over here? Nope. Ah, Lich. These are a different enemy here. So what these things like to do is they'll cast oil. Which, if you know how oil works, if anyone casts a fire spell and someone has oil on them, they actually cause more damage, like a 50% increase. So for right now, we're fine on with oil. Oil can be taken off with handkerchiefs, but I think I have a lot of those to begin with. Hang on, let me my items and sort them out so I can actually see. No, auto sort I meant. Yes, I only have 7 handkerchiefs, so wasting them here would probably be a bad idea. Stole a firestone. Obtained a firestone. Stole a darkstone from Lost Soul. Stole a bullet fragment from Skull Warrior A. Flint Steel. Another Lich. We're back here. Another stone here somewhere. Touch the jewel. Now that one spot will lower. Now we can go through there to the secret area. There's going to be 3 Liches that show up here, though. Now this can be dangerous because they know fire, which means they're going to do much more damage if they start throwing that around. Let me heal Boss Lord's blind with some eye drops. Alright, let's speed this up a little bit. Okay, that's done. Now you guys see, like I said, there's a secret place you can go here now that's not on the map. Or if you actually go on here, it shows up on the it doesn't show up on the larger map, it shows up on the mini map. So now we can go through here, we can go through a secret 3rd exit that we can actually use no matter what side we go on. Nothing here, so we're gonna head through this 3rd door.
Fog? Underground?
Not fog. Mist.
You can see the mist with your eyes?
Where it is thick enough, you may. The nether runs deep in this place.
So, is the mist dangerous?
Yes, but it is also an aid. A dense mist allows the working of powerful magics.
I'll keep that in mind. Can't count on Vaughn to keep track of these things. That's for sure.
So, like they said, this is the mist. I'll show you if it lets me. In this area, you get your MP back faster when you walk. Also in this area, you get quickenings back faster. I believe your magic increases to a certain extent too. Now, remember I told you guys about not using handkerchiefs? Well, I still have it, and there is a boss coming up that uses fire a lot. So now I'm not going to have much of a choice but to use the handkerchiefs that I have. Kind of hoping to grab some more of them before I came here, but I guess I couldn't get enough. So we have to use handkerchiefs to get everyone rid of that oil. We're going to use a high potion on Vaughn. and the regular potion on him because he's weak. He has less HP than everyone else does. Should probably use a regular potion on Phosphor too, since he has lower HP than everybody else. So now if we actually run around here, we can sometimes find some chests here. Yes, there's one here. Obtained a blood sword. A blood sword is a hand sword. It causes sap sometimes when it strikes an enemy, but I can't equip it because one, I don't have the lessons for it, and two, that would go against the rules of my challenge. Before we head down further, we're going to check the other side, see if there's a chest there as well. Yes, there is. And a tough of the Phoenix now, so that'll help me revive an ally. And we are at the boss. This is known as the fire monster, so yeah, obviously having oil would not be good. There are some points in this fight where you're going to get oil put on you. At that point, it's hardly a point even trying anything. But let's come in here with steel. So an Ares gem, that's pretty good. Blocked it. Everyone's dealing about 200 damage per hit. He uses Saber that increases his attack power. Now he's going to do more damage with his regular attack. Yeah, so now he's doing almost 250 to 300 per hit. Ironically, his fire doesn't do that much. He uses Greater Bear that puts protected shield on him once it's done casting, I believe. Yes. Now he takes less damage. And now he uses a special move called Fire Aja. It's a move that you normally cannot learn. But if you remember watching my quickening video, you're going to know that that's pretty close to the Firestorm quickening. Because everyone got hurt pretty bad there. We got several people trying to heal Vossler. You get a little bit tricky here with everyone casting potions and everything, but still dealing enough damage. I think we use a high potion on Vaughn. He's be attacking Vaughn a lot. Luckily, his fire is actually less strong than his regular attack unless you have oil on you, so that's pretty good. As long as you keep casting fire, I don't care. Regular hits are what's going to screw me over. Down he goes. Excuse me. So this is what they call an Esper in this game. Esper is basically like a summon that is from other games that we can use. One character has equipped it, and he works like a quickening. You can sacrifice all other characters, or letting all characters go away to summon that monster. Sure, who had it? Excuse me for 1 second, guys.
In vain glory they arose, shouting challenges at the gods, but prevail they did not. Their doom it was to walk the mist until time's end. A legend of the Nemo.
My family tells a story of the Dynast King and an Esper. The story goes that in his youth, the Dynast King defeated a mighty Gigas, for which the gods took heed of him. Thereafter, it was ever bound to him in thraldom.
So, all this time it's been here guarding the Dynast King's treasure?
Not so. The Esper is the Dynast King's treasure.
That's your treasure?
In this Esper we now command rests a power whose worth is beyond any measure.
Is that so? Call me old.
Sorry about that.
But I was
Posted
hoping
dinner and
for a
I was getting
treasure whose
hungry.
worth we could measure.
Yeah, if you checked my, I have a problem with my throat closing the way it's supposed to, like a lot of throats do. So Sometimes I get stuff stuck in there. Sometimes that's why I have to be careful when I eat anything and eat anything kind of quickly. Obtaining an elixir that allows me to restore the HP and MP of one character completely, no matter what HP or MP they're currently at. Shades of Black, I believe that is an ability that allows you to cast a random black magic spell on the opponent. Yeah. We actually can learn that. No one can learn it yet. It's useful, but it's also kind of weird because if an enemy's weak to fire but absorbs ice, that means there's a 25% chance on each that you actually hit that hit the weakness and then hit the one that absorbs. Long ass walk. Must be the Dawn Shard.
What's wrong?
Your Majesty, we must go.
What?
It be a ghost.
Wrestler.
So interesting fact here, I'm not sure why, but only Ash and Vaughn can actually see him. The ghost of him.
You will be avenged.
Also, I'm not 100% sure how the Dawn Shard got in her hand either, but little mysteries, I suppose. So we actually managed to get through all of King Raithwall stuff in about 20 some odd minutes. That's not bad. So the Dawn Shard is an accessory you can actually equip that gives you a massive 20 magic resist, but it also makes your MP 0, and you cannot increase your MP from that spot. So I suppose if you're fighting like something strong that you don't need magic to fight it, I suppose that's fine. But read the inscription. By this way, return ye to the Hull Destroyer. By other means, return ye back to this place. Basically, tell me that if I wrong button. If I touch it now, I'll actually be teleported to the beginning of the tomb, and if I touch it again, I'll actually be transported back to that one area. But there's hardly a point for me going on. Now, there is one thing I want to check now that we've made it all the way through this. I want to see what this stone does. If it does anything anyway. There we go. So, I totally forget what this actually does. There's gotta be a reason that you can only activate it now. Let me have a look at the map real quick. I guess I'll just check it out real quick. See what we got. I don't know if this takes you anywhere special or not, to be honest with you. Okay, what do we got? What are we looking at? Takes us down here. The door we can go through here. The magic's got to be pretty similar to what's on the other side as well, because there was 2 spots that went down. Alright, I'm still in a different area for these. More Seekers. these things real quick. Head down this staircase. Halo. Obviously, this is a fire off land. Obtain a file of green liquid. A number of these things down here. Obtained a firestone. Obtained a file of green liquid. Chest here. Scathe mode, that's pretty good. Scathe is a very powerful magic attack that you get very late in the game, but using that mode while you use it once might be helpful against certain bosses, at least early on. After that, you can pretty much cast Scathe itself. Take the Firestone. So what's gonna be down here is just a bunch of these things. Pretty much. Phosphorus now level 22. Obtained a file of green liquid. If I go this way. Which way do I go through, though? Let's try this one. I guess it just comes out the other side. That's weird. Oh well. Spent enough time in here anyway. Let's get out of here. So we're gonna teleport out of here. Interesting note here too. If I touch this, it says a strong miss for teleportation. So that's a top off right there. We're actually gonna come here. We have a small cutscene. Remember what they said earlier in the game a couple of episodes ago is that Sky Stones are working yacht being no aerial aircraft can get here, meaning that these Imperials that are coming down on us have obviously found a way to make Sky Stones work in yacht. So once again, because they're Imperials, we're gonna get captured.
Such a tremendous honor to again be graced
Oh,
with
this
your
guy
presence,
again.
Majesty. You left us with such great dispatch upon our last encounter that I must confess I had begun to worry that we may have given your Majesty some cause for offense.
Such a heartfelt display of remorse. Now what is it you want?
I want you to give me the Nethicite.
The Nethicite?
That is a base imitation. We seek Raithwall's legacy, the ancient relics of the Dynast King. They affected Nethicite. Did you not tell them, Captain Azalus?
Phosphor, you prick.
Majesty, he speaks of the Dawn Shard. That is the Nethicite. Are you mad, Vossler?
If we are to save Dalmasca, we must accept the truth. I will fight this profitless battle no more.
Captain Azulus has struck a wise bargain. In return for the Dawn Shard, the Empire will permit Lady Ash to reclaim her throne, and the Kingdom of Dalmasca will be restored. Think on it. An entire kingdom for a stone. You must admit, 'tis more than a fair exchange.
And when all is said and done, your master will have another pet.
From both here.
Lady Ash, let us take him for the people of Dalmasca. Your Majesty wallows in indecision on peril of their heads. And his shall be the first to fall.
Well, at least your sword is to the point.
I do like both here. He's not afraid of dying.
To think the relics of the Dynast King were deified Nethicite, Dr. Sid will be beside himself.
What did you say?
Captain Azulus, take them to Shiva. They should have leave to return to Rabanastre soon.
So basically, we got the kingdom back, but we had to sacrifice the Dawn Shard, which will probably use for war at some point.
I want you to assess its power.
Did our orders not specify that we return the stone for testing?
I will not chance returning with a stone that is yet unproven.
Let's make sure no one's trying to talk to me. I've been getting a lot of text lately. I want to make sure no one's trying to talk to me. No, it's
When
just
we return
talking
to
to each other.
Dalmasca, we can announce that you are alive and well. I will then continue our negotiations with the Empire. I believe Lars is the key. He'll listen to us. We should trust him.
Who are you, Vossler, to talk of trust?
You got burned, boy.
A son of Dalmasca.
Our equipment here is limited, so we'll be using the ship's drive to make our assessment.
You mean the thing that runs the shit that keeps it in the freaking air? That sounds like a good idea.
Methods do not interest me, only results.
It's supposed to absorb magical energy. That's not a good idea.
Such heat! The mist, it's burning!
6,800, 6,900, 7,000! This must be deified Nethicite! The count still climbs!
Ah, we found it at last. True deified Nethicite. The power of the Dynast King in my hands. Blood alone does not an emperor make, vain.
What is this? Something's wrong!
I would have been able to call that just not even playing the game at all before. Let that just be a bad idea.
You stand.
Bitch, hell no.
Hold her down!
What's wrong with her?
I always knew Fran didn't take well to being tied up. I just never knew how much. How about you?
I like Fran's idea. Let's get out of here.
No farther! Sky pirates, the future of Dalmasca will not be stolen. Why do this, Bash? This struggle is futile. You must know where it leads.
I do know. All too well.
So, fun fact. I'm gonna show you real quick. If let's switch out somebody. Let's switch out Nello for Fran. So if you actually get Fran in your pie, she's in what you call a berserk state. in Berserk state, you can't control the character no more, but they deal massive damage and their action gauge increases quicker. So I'm purposely keeping Fran out so she'll just deal a crap ton of damage. Someone just leveled up. Ash did. Alright, now we're down to a Vossler. Did I steal anything from him? Feels like I should have. Stole a potion. That's barely even worth it. So having Fran in your party is very helpful here because Fran's actually just increases like a monstrous amount. When Vossler uses a rage, his attack increases and the chance that he gets multiple hits with one attack is increased as well. He also gets much faster. So we're gonna use I forgot I can't do that. We're gonna go to Vaughn's. Damn it. We're gonna use a high potion on Fran to keep her alive. Fran's gonna be doing the most of the damage. He casts Reflect here, which reflects any magic damage back to us. But we're not using. Oh crap! Fran, don't do that. Berserk wore off, so Fran was gonna start casting fire again. Sorry, Vossler, can't stop us this time.
Engine power falling rapidly. It's negative. Impossible.
Engine room, this is the bridge. Report.
What are they doing down there?
Happened? Disengage it at once.
I would have been, like I said, I would have been able to call that one if I haven't played the game before.
Ash, let's go.
All I have done, I've ever thought of Dalmasca first.
I know you do. I would ne'er gainsay your loyalty.
Look on what my haste has wrought. Did I act too quick? Or was your return too late?
I do like how they sound like older generation people too, like...
I can serve her no more. You must take up my charge.
My haste is raw is one of those ones that... It sounds kind of cool when you say it that way, to be honest with you. It's kind of like an older thing to say, but still. Well, he's dead. Looks like Vossler might be too. So, what's happening here is all the mist collected in the Dawn Shard over the Stone Agents basically absorbing all of that, and then it is using it all of it at once. And basically destroying everything around it. Holy crap, that's loud.
This might get a little dicey.
The mist. It manifests now.
Is that what you call this?
Stop touching your own boob, please. All that caused by the little soul. Look at that size of that explosion.
What's that?
And somehow the Dawn Shard's still perfectly fine.
I think it's the Dawn Shard.
Then what are we waiting for?
Too bad Vane wasn't on one of those ships. That would have ended the damn game right there.
The Dreadnought Leviathan is sunk. The 8th Fleet of the Arcadian Imperial Army lost. As word of the events in the yacht sounded throughout the Empire, quit I Bujeba, citing sudden malady. My true motive, to bring the various counter-imperial forces scattered throughout Ivalice together in unified resistance. By this time, Lady Ash had made her return to Rabanasta. She had not, however, made known her presence. Rather, she was content with keeping both her own whereabouts and those of the Dawn Shard concealed. Had she chosen then to go before her people, my error in announcing her suicide would be known, to the great detriment of my efforts to assemble a resistance. In such circumstance as the Lady Ash then found herself, even were she to proclaim Dalmasca restored, it would serve only to invite the Empire's wrath. Though Arcadia had lost her 8th fleet, she remained, as ever, a military power with which to be reckoned.
Memories of Marcos Helm Andor IV, Chapter 16, Biding Time.
The Rosarian
Imperial
Empire
City of Arcade,
assembles a vast
Senate.
host under guise of martial exercises. It is our belief they wait for the proper pretext, the sooner to make their strike against Arcadia.
The loss of Leviathan and her fleet at such a time comes as a most grievous blow. Were Rosaria to invade, the battle would be hard fought. Had Lord Vane not deployed the fleet so capriciously, we would not now find ourselves in such perilous circumstance.
Lord Vane shall be made to answer for his actions. It is the will of the Senate. Excellency, though he be your son, justice must be served.
A convenient thing, justice. And so I must now make a choice between my throne and my son.
A most lamentable situation for us all.
Oh? For Lord Vane, perhaps. Yet surely Lord Larsa will make for a fine emperor.
Larsa so adores his brother, and he is yet young.
But he will not remain young forever. Already he busies himself unraveling Lord Vane's tangled skein. Lord Larsa has found his role to play and pursues it with some enthusiasm.
Ah, yes. And who would set him at such tasks?
What matter? Lord Vane himself once saw his elder brothers brought to like justice, did he not? At your Excellency's behest, as I recall.
You may put yourself at ease, Lord Gramis. So long as the Senate watches over her, Arcadia's well-being will ever be ensured.
By your will, I shall bid Vane return to Arcades.
Well, Mr. Lord Grimacin wrote in light that the son had to be brought to justice, but I'm not sure what this cutscene proves here, but it's a small one, and I don't really understand the logic behind it.
So, it was the Dawn Shard that brought down the Imperial fleet.
You know your stuff.
Destructive power of such force. I've seen it once before. Lady Ash, you know of what I speak.
Nabudis.
The capital of Old Nebradia, Lord Rassler's fatherland. At the time of the invasion, a division of Imperials entered the city. There was a mighty explosion. Friend and foe died alike. Something was there. One of the Dynast King's relics. The Midlight Shard was in Nebradia.
More Nethicite. Well, no wonder they invaded.
That ridiculous war. The trap at the treaty signing. All this because Vayne wanted power.
Oops.
He must not be allowed to claim the Nethicite. The Empire must never hold it.
Oh, they already do. The Dusk Shard? Most likely the Midlight Shard, too. Besides, can't they manufacture Nethicite now?
Very well. Then the path set before us is clear. We'll use the Dawn Shard to fight them. Dalmasca does not forget kindness, nor ill deed done. With sword in hand, she aids her allies. Sword in hand, she lays to rest her foes. This Nethicite I hold must be my sword. I will avenge those who have died. And the Empire will know remorse.
You even know how to use it?
The Garif may know. The Garif people live by the old ways. Magicite lore is a part of their culture. They may hear it. The cry of the Nethicite's power. Whispers of the stone's menace.
Dangerous though it be, what we need now is power. Should we declare Dalmasca free without the means to defend our claim, the Empire would crush us. You must take me to meet with the Garif.
They live beyond Osman Plain.
Not exactly close.
Compensation, is that what you want?
Straight to the point, aren't we? I like that. Compensation. How about the ring?
This? Isn't there something else?
No one's forcing you.
That's the ring that's Foster's wedding band, I believe.
I'll give it back to you as soon as I find something more valuable.
What do you mean something more valuable?
Hard to say. I'll know when I find it. What is it you want, Vaughn? What are you looking for?
Me? What am I looking for? I guess... Well, you know...
You know the answer to that question?
The Garif are said to dwell in Kirwan.
So they do. We'll need to head south, past the Giza Plains.
It is the rains now in Giza. The wadis will be swollen with the deluge. Passage may be difficult.
But those same waters may also lay open new routes to us.
Regardless, we must go south, yes?
First things first. You're eager to be on your way, I know. But we should see that we're prepared before setting out.
I made my resolve 2 years ago.
I'm gonna skip past that because I'm talking about being prepared. So, I'm actually going to need to head just off screen of this place so I can actually just kind of get the autosave gone. Just take me a while to get through the save crystal. Alright, that's it for this video. Sorry about it being a bit longer than it normally is because of the cutscenes. But thank everyone for watching. This is the Pokemon Fan 1993 signing off. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.